So here we have the Mini Cooper hatchback 5-door on an 18 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But from the outside you can see it's got alloy wheels and those 5 doors that I mentioned. We'll start off inside the boot and then work our way around the rest of the car from there. At the back of the car you'll see we have plenty of boot space, along with that 60/40 split folding rear seat. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back round to the front of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But now that we've done a full circle of it, you can see it's in lovely condition the whole way round. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that right now. Okay, so now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials. On the left hand side we have the rev counter, we have the speedometer in the middle, and on the right hand side the fuel gauge. You can see the total miles for this car are 2,144. You can change the information that's displayed above that by pressing a button on the end of the indicator stalk. You can have a digital readout for the speedometer. If we leave it on that piece of information for a few seconds, you'll see that it will take over the majority of that screen, which it's now done, giving you a nice clear readout. Over on the central screen here, you can see that we've got satellite navigation. If we just go back to the main menu, all of these movements that I'm making here, so to select satellite navigation, for example, or the radio or anything like that, it's all being done using this dial. So twisting that will take us around the kind of options wheel. We can push this button in to select the option we want to look at. This also moves to the right and left, up and down as well, which becomes useful in certain menus. So for example, if we wanted satellite navigation, we twist this round, you can see it highlights everything. So navigation, we can look at the map, or we can input a destination. If you want to look at the map, you can do by pushing the button down. To access this menu to the left, you just jog the dial over to the left. So very, very easy system to use. There's a full video showing the satellite navigation working on our website, which is well worth checking out. This car's also got FM, AM and DAB radio. If you want to listen to your own music, you can do. There's a number of ways in which you can do that. So we've got USB connection, Bluetooth audio and auxiliary input as well. Working our way down from that, we've got the air conditioning for the car. So the left-hand dial determines where within the car the air is being distributed. Fan speed is controlled with this dial, and then the temperature on this one. Once you've got those set where you want them, hit that button to turn the air conditioning on. It's on when that green light is on, or it's now off. The button next to it will recirculate the air that's in the car. So that's a great way of heating it up or cooling it down quickly depending on the temperature you set here. And you can turn that off equally as easily. Below that we have these 3 buttons. So starting from the left, this car is designed to cut out when you're stationary in traffic to save you fuel. Pressing that tab down so that the orange light comes on, that turns that system off. This button will start and stop the engine. So you simply need to make sure the key is in the car somewhere. It could be in your bag or pocket. Press that button down to start the engine, same thing to stop it again. And this turns off the traction control for the car. Underneath that we have a 12-volt charging socket under this cap, the auxiliary and USB inputs that I mentioned previously, and a 6-speed manual gearbox. Leads me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to call any of our MJA sites. We'd love to hear from you soon.